see protesters now and then at an event of mine. It's been a little while, but there have been some protesters, and usually they chant 4 more years. And I scratch my head a bit when I hear that. I mean, do we really want 4 more years with 23 million Americans struggling to find a good job? I mean, do we want 4 more years where half the kids coming out of college can't find work or college-level work? Do we want 4 more years where every single year the take-home pay goes down? Do we want 4 more years of trillion-dollar deficits? I don't believe we can afford 4 more years like the last 4 years, and the reason I believe that after the debates and after the campaigns and after all the ads are over, the people of Ohio are going to say loud and clear on November 6th, we can't afford 4 more years, we must do better. We have some 4 more years. This comes down to a very dramatic difference between 2 different courses for America. But we don't want 4 more years like the last 4 years. This election, in my opinion, comes down to a very dramatic choice between 2 different courses for America. When it relates to the economy, the president's course is status quo. His slogan is forward. I think forewarned is a better term. Watched or read his speech at the Democrat convention, but he laid out a plan which was just like what he said 4 years ago. Another stimulus, bigger government. Instead of holding income taxes at the same level they've been, he's this time going to raise income taxes. That's a big change, I must admit, that he's going to add to his repertoire. I don't think that's going to add more jobs in this country. He also has another idea, which is instead of having consumers and markets choose the winners and losers among the various enterprises that are here, he likes to have government do that. You know, he put $90 billion in the stimulus, went into businesses that he thinks have the greatest prospects, like Solyndra and Fisker and Tesla and Enron. He likes to pick winners and losers, or as a friend said to me, no, he picks losers. One more element. It's not just that more stimulus and more government and increasing income taxes. There's something else he wants to do that's the same as he's done in the past, and that is trillion-dollar deficit. That clock up there shows our national debt. When I began this campaign, I said it was 15 trillion. I mean, what is a trillion? It's 1,000 billions. It's an unthinkable amount. And he's added, when he came into office, there were just over $10 trillion in debt. Now there's over $16 trillion in debt. If he were reelected, I can assure you it'll be almost $20 trillion in debt. And by the way, those debts get passed on to our kids. It's not just bad for the economy. It's not just bad for our job creation. It will, in my opinion, it is immoral for us to pass on obligations. You know what the interest bill is on that debt?
$1 billion.
Yeah, the interest rate, the interest that you're paying on that debt every year is more than we pay for housing, for agriculture, for education, and transportation combined. That's how much the interest is. And by the way, the interest rate is real low right now, artificially low. And the reason that is because every time the government goes out to borrow money, instead of having to go out to the marketplace and have people bid the interest rates up, they just give the debt to the Federal Reserve that takes it and puts it in their pocket, basically printing more money. So interest rates are real low. What's going to happen when those interest rates go up? That bill's going to get bigger and bigger. It is crushing. That's the course this president has put us on. We're on the road to Europe. We're on the road to Greece. I will get us off that road and reinvigorate. I'm going to do that are dramatically different than the path of status quo represented by this president. And in fact, they're very different than anything that's been done before, because we face an economy that's different than the economy of the past. China is now the largest manufacturer in the world. Wasn't the case 10, 20 years ago. The world has changed. Here are the things I'm going to do. Number one, I'm going to take advantage of our energy resources and get us energy independence. Trade to work for us. We're going to open up more trade where we can compete fairly, but we're going to crack down on China when they cheat. They've stolen our jobs. Number three, I'm going to make sure we have the kind of training programs that give people the skills they need for the jobs of today. And I'm going to make sure in our schools we get our kids the education they need. Our schools are performing in the bottom third in the world. I'm going to put our kids and the teachers and the parents first and the teachers union behind. With that kind of debt and that kind of interest payment that we're making, we're going to slowly but surely crush the ability of our economy to grow and create jobs. And so I'm going to do something Washington has talked about for years but not done. I'm going to cut federal spending, I'm going to cap it, and get us on track to a balanced budget.